Good morning. So first and foremost, I would like to thank Allie and you for those heartfelt reflections. You have left us with words that we belong to. Now it is my distinct pleasure and privilege to introduce our class valedictorian, Ruby Elizabeth, known to many of us as Lily. But for those of us who may not know her name, we may remember her by seeing her around in her wheelchair and her crutches, and this also fashionable movement she brought over here. But all jokes aside, Lily is a very intelligent young lady who will most definitely go on to do great things. Our class salutatorian is Mary Caroline Coach, known to all as Caroline. And Caroline is a very artistic and she loves music. Both of these young ladies are scholars in every art and will continue to be forces of power in the coming years. So now we will join in a round of applause as we receive our 2009-2010 class valedictorian, Ruby Elizabeth Reed, and salutatorian, Mary Caroline Coach.
It's been a long 4 years. However, no one can say that we all haven't learned something. After all, none of us would be here if we hadn't passed our overseas. And at J.H. Rose, we were lucky for the many opportunities that made learning beyond the state-required core classes possible. Some of us had worthwhile experiences in orchestra, cabinet making, tech theater, or art. And outside the cinder block walls, the realm of knowledge extended to the soccer field, the track, and the baseball diamond. Many of us also took advantage of the various clubs and other activities. I, for one, am thankful that I could go to a school where I could pursue my passions, such as music, running cross country, and vigorous academics. I am sure that many of the things we were supposed to learn will actually help us as we move forward with our lives. And I know that we all really appreciate the efforts of everyone who is trying to prepare us for the future. But I think one of the most valuable lessons we learned by accident. And that is, we learned how to deal with the arbitrary rules of life. Most of us here, students and staff alike, regard many of Rose's complicated policies and rules with distaste. No matter how hard we may have tried, just about every one of us, including those of us on this stage, has at some point violated some statute of the dress code. When we think about it, some rules are pointless. Is there any magic that occurs when our comfortable t-shirts bloom into collared shirts? Not that I've noticed. For that reason, we're all yearning for life beyond high school, whether it be college, a job, or the military, because there we will be free from the arbitrary rules of Rose. The truth is, however, wherever we go, we will be faced with new arbitrary rules, and because of our time here, we will know how to handle them. We have learned at Rose to accept that a line must be drawn between blue jeans and black jeans. In the adult world, the government will still function if it doesn't collect your taxes until April 16th, but a line must be drawn. You'd be nearly as safe going 56 miles per hour as you would be going 55, but there must be a line. First base must remain exactly 90 feet from home plate. Changing at 5 foot won't change the number of close calls. Close calls and rules are a part of life. Compare it to the situation in baseball a few weeks ago when umpire Jim Joyce destroyed the Detroit Tigers' Armando Galarraga's hopes for pitching a perfect game. Galarraga had clearly earned a perfect game. Replays show that the umpire was mistaken and his sentence admitted his mistake. But Galarraga did not demand the call to be reversed. He did not storm away from the game, did not cry foul in any way. He took the unfair call with grace, as one of the many unpleasant twists in life. And how to deal with these types of situations is exactly what our class has learned over the past 4 years. How to approach a world structured with ludicrous and incomprehensible policies with grace. I have heard from many teachers that our class is one of the best behaved J.H. Rose has seen in years. I prefer to think of our class as not having been tamed by the rules and regulations, but one that has had the wisdom to learn that cool and calm are best when life throws injustice at you. Save your fight for what really matters. Argue ignorant immigration policies. Combat climate change. Boycott BP. There is a world of big issues out there, and Rose has prepared us to face them. In closing, I would like to thank teachers at Rose. In particular, Mr. Westbrook, Mrs. Knight, Mr. Flinchbaum, Mr. Smith, Mr. Krause, Mrs. Key, and Dr. X. I also thank my mom, my dad, and my sister Maria, my viola teacher Byron, and my boyfriend Keith. And last, I would like to thank Lily Leach. Lily and I have grown very close throughout the past 4 years. I don't know if she knows just how much she has motivated me to do well, but I do know that she is hilarious, empathetic, driven, and one of my best friends. I'm very glad to introduce her valedictorian, Ruby Elizabeth Lily Reed.
Thank you, MC Rose. And finally, thank you to my friends. In particular, I'd like to thank Anne Prokopowski. Just kidding. Caroline Prokopowicz is not only obviously a great student, but is also truly a great friend who's always been there for me. Thank you to Kate.
Sarah Devin Patience Pitt. Mary Caroline Coach. Ashley Marie Lambert. Ruby Elizabeth Reed.
Class of 2010, this marks 13 years of formal education and your graduation from J.H. Rose High School. I think you all know what time it is.